Oh, you had to match me, huh?
Stop.
You had to match me. What's
Shout
up?
out though. Like this is your stuff.
Wait,
Shout out to you, babe.
We ain't even
My
getting
bad.
started
Okay.
yet.
I thought you was doing that with when you started you had to match me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Finally One podcast. I'm Kelly.
I'm Natasha.
She tripping today. I don't know what's up with her
I
today.
am not tripping. Like he talking about because I wanted to match him. I just wanted to represent. This is my baby's design and stuff. Fatty calf.
Coming soon. We're not out yet. These are just prototypes. Stay tuned. I don't want to make this episode about fatty calf, but yeah, this is ours. It's not just mine. This is our clothing line. We're launching soon. I don't know when. We got too much going on, but yeah, these are just prototypes. Okay, so today we got another topic. Someone sent in a question. They want to be anonymous, but they wanted me to go deeper on some, or had a question on my desire to reconcile. So I'm gonna let you read the question.
All right.
And we're gonna jump into it.
This is like a gist of the question, but it says, was jealousy a trigger when you saw me out there doing my own thing as far as dating, losing weight, getting into the house and all that good stuff?
Did jealousy play a part in me wanting you back?
Like, was it the trigger?
Nah, that was not a trigger. The trigger for me was being out there and realizing that what I was looking for, God had already given me. And I wasn't happy, even though I had these list of things, right? This crazy list of things that I wanted in a woman, right? The enemy gave me all of those. And guess what? I still wasn't happy. And there was two reasons why I wasn't happy. Number one, I wasn't happy with me. Y'all heard me say that before. Was not happy with me. I was this broken little boy running away from healing. Didn't want to deny my flesh. Didn't want to heal. So that's number one. Number two, I wasn't happy because it wasn't what I needed. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I began to, go deeper with my therapist while I was going through. It's like, yo, this is what I say I've always wanted. This is what, and my therapist said that she was like, but it may not be what you need. And that was the trigger for me to really start thinking about this. Man, is this out here what I'm pursuing, what I need? Mm. And it wasn't. Because at the end of the day, you are what I needed. And it was when I surrendered my life to Christ and we began the path of reconciling. And we reconciled. And we got remarried. It was when I felt the peace. So I felt at home. I felt peace. I felt the favor, my favor being restored. I felt my anointing being restored. I felt, like I said, like I felt home. I felt protected. I felt love. I felt seen. I felt heard. So that was the trigger. Did I like her being out here? And this is, God is my witness. I don't know who I was talking to or who I told this to, but when she got her hair cut and she posted her pictures of her weight loss and the new me, I said, she can front for social media all she want, but I know what's behind that smile. She's not happy. She's not whole. She's broken. She wants to be seen. She wants to be heard. She wants to be loved. And was that true? Yeah. She was not happy. She was not whole. She wasn't glowing like she's glowing now. It's like we were out today. Every couple of steps, people stopping us.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Ma'am, you look gorgeous. y'all look amazing.
Yeah.
Every couple of steps. We ain't doing nothing. We in our own world. This is this is her real glow. It's not a fake. It's not a facade.
That's true.
It's not put on. She don't have to do anything to be seen. She's not pushing, and she's happy. You talk about it. You tell me.
Yeah, like it was crazy today, like how we were out and just random people didn't know us from nowhere. Just y'all are just doing it. Y'all are beautiful. And I'm like, what? What is going on? You are gorgeous, honey. And I'm like, well, thank you. That made me feel good. I told him, I was like, babe, we are glowing. Like, everybody sees our love and is genuine. Like, we're not fronting for anybody. But as far as back then, yeah, I wasn't happy. I was broken. I just wanted to be loved by somebody. I wanted to be seen. And nobody was trying to see me. They may have seen me from afar, but they wasn't trying to talk, do nothing. But, I did that to hype myself up. I'm like, but when I cut my hair, I was kind of finding me. That helped, but I was broken still, but I was finding me.
You were searching, you were trying to find who you were. You were on a path of not healing, but you were on a path of searching for your voice and who you were, what you want, what you like. So but you wasn't happy. You wasn't glowing. You wasn't fulfilled. You wasn't. So I saw through all of that. It was a facade. I know you. You know what I'm saying? The same way you know me. You knew when I was happy, when I wasn't happy, if I was hurt. We knew each other even though we weren't together. It's so she can post as much as she want, but I know her. I know she's not happy. She wants to be seen. She wants to be heard. She wants to be loved.
I can't say that I was fully not happy. I did have happiness to me, but I know what you're saying, but I was happy, but not happy, if that makes sense.
Okay, you were happy. Okay,
you just can't say that I was.
No, I describe it like this.
I was not happy.
I describe it like this. This is how I say about me. I had moments of happiness.
Okay, that's better. That's better. But you was like, no, you wasn't happy. I had my moments. I was happy. I was happy that I lost weight. I was happy that I got my hair cut and I was, looking like somebody. I was happy in that. But you said, I had my moments. That's better.
Yeah,
you was just, she was not happy.
No, you wasn't fulfilled.
She was broken. She was
you
that.
You was broken.
That's
you wasn't
better.
Fulfilled.
That's
you wasn't
better.
fulfilled. You didn't have joy.
That's better. I just didn't want you to be out there no, she wasn't happy. Because I was.
Wasn't. You were cool. It wasn't what you was trying to. Okay, we can end it right here. It wasn't what you were trying to portray. Will you admit that?
What I was trying to portray?
What you was trying to give off.
I was trying to give off that I was happy, that I was feeling myself I looked good.
Baby, you did look good. But you wasn't feeling in totality what you were giving off as far as what it was. You disagree now? Because before you agreed that it wasn't.
But I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
What I'm saying is, I agree with you. You felt good that you got your hair done. You was excited that you lost weight. You look good. But in totality, you didn't have joy. I'll say it that way. You didn't have joy.
Okay. You
didn't have peace. You still had loneliness.
Oh yeah.
You still, were struggling with things. So that's the only thing that I'm saying. Okay. It wasn't what we, and I'll say we, tried to do on the internet. Because it was the same for me. The reason I could tell her is I went through that whole thing of, when I had first lost weight and posting these pictures, it was just trying to feel better about myself. Because I felt low. I felt I just felt like the worst. And the more I post and the likes and getting caught up in all of that, it still didn't fulfill me because I was broken. That's the only thing that I was saying. In a realistic state. All right, here's the question. Did that moment you posting that compare to what you are now?
No, that's exactly right.
Zero comparison.
Not any comparison.
Night and
But
day.
I just didn't want you coming at it like she wasn't happy. I didn't want you to like
Okay.
portray that. So
I'm sorry.
okay, thank you.
I get it, but there's no comparison.
No comparison. No.
You don't even look the same. Hey, do you need help in your marriage? Do you need some guidance? Do you need some tools? Do you need some action plans, some steps to becoming one? Well, great news. We created a course called 7 Steps to Becoming One. How we went from teenage parents to married to divorced and then happily married again, and how we got there. We were able to sit down, record this course, share our personal testimony, right? Give you the tools, all right? Provide a lesson, then give you scripture, give you exercise and activities to help you become one. It was fun creating this, wasn't it,
It
sweetheart?
was very fun creating it. Yep.
Why should they take our course?
What better way? Like, we've been through one marriage and it didn't work. We divorced and now we're back together. So why not let us help you? We're back on this journey again. So like, yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. So we can help you. Real life stuff. This is not, we didn't create this course to make money. We created this course to help people. We didn't want to do it. We didn't want to write the book. We didn't want to create the course. We didn't want to do any of this. We are simply being obedient to the Father. The course is 8 modules, right? 8 weeks. You can get it done in 7 to 8 weeks, right? Depending on how fast you go, right? And you also get a digital workbook with exercises, resources, lessons, and so much more. All right. So listen, go now to sign up for the course. Go to kellyandnatasha.com. Go check it out in our store. You know why? Because you're covered. You're being watered. You're being you're being ministered to. We're praying together. We're growing together. And your relationship with God has even increased because of our relationship. So there's no comparison. That's all I meant.
Okay.
Getting back to the question, no, that wasn't a trigger. It was, did it ignite some urgency? Yeah, it did. It ignited some urgency of, like I said, of me losing control. But I still didn't want to kill my flesh. I still didn't want to change. I wanted what I wanted and continue to control her, but I wanted to still be in my flesh, do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't want to fully commit and surrender. So no. Did my flesh have some jealousy? Did I like it? No. I wanted to fight. I did. I wanted to fight. I wanted to do whatever. And she knows me. I'm a nut. I was not
Cray.
okay. And I still have to pray that spirit, off of me. But especially now, I don't play about this one. Not gonna happen. You funny. Why you acting like this?
Cause that makes me feel so good. I never got that before.
You never got what?
You wanting to fight for me, wanting to love me, wanting to give me the world.
Do I give you the real, baby?
You give me the world.
I give you the real.
Yes, I can ask for anything, and he has it. Yes, I am truly happy in love with this man right here. Now that old man, I loved him, but he was something else.
You said this.
Stop it.
Old things are passed away. Why you keep bringing up old stuff? Why you keep bringing up old stuff?
So glad it's passed away.
But
my God.
I was not a good dude. I was great at pretending to be. I was great at pretending to be this amazing husband, this amazing guy. But I was not. I'm not going to even hold you. I was not. I had some good traits that are amplified now, right? But I wasn't a good person because I didn't love me. I talk about it in the book. I felt dirty. I felt unworthy. I wasn't healed. There were so many things that I went through that shaped who I became. And in the first marriage, everything she did, I resented her. I didn't want nothing to do with her. You know, like she said, there's nothing she could do right. You know, there was nothing. I didn't care what she did.
I felt like I was the trophy wife.
What does that mean?
Like I was doing everything for you. Like I was that one.
But you wasn't. You wasn't doing
I
because the
felt like
comparison.
faithful. Like
You were faithful, but
yes.
wait. Let me say this, and you tell me if you disagree. Because you were in your head a lot with the comparison and me comparing you,
Yeah.
it paralyzed you at times where you didn't do anything.
Right, because I didn't want to do nothing for you because I'm like, I don't want to do that for him. And he compared me to her, what she did, laying his Powerade out, the remote control out for him in a certain spot. And like, I had to hear that all the time. Like, I wasn't doing this, I wasn't doing that. So yeah, it did paralyze me.
So
I didn't
yeah.
want to do nothing for you.
So there was things that now she was faithful, she was loyal, she was all of those things. Everything you would want in a wife. Always been beautiful, always took care of herself. I never had to worry about her hygiene, her none of that stuff.
Wow.
No, I just want to make it clear, you know, because it ain't everybody's testimony now. Let's be honest, that ain't everybody's testimony. No,
Wow.
for real. She always took care of the home. She always took care of the house. Always had a clean house. We always had, you know, clean sheets, clean linen. You washed the clothes. Like you did your part, even with not receiving anything. At no point did I filling her cup in the first marriage, and she still hung in there. And what I love and appreciate most about you, it was never about what I had or what I could give you or what we didn't have. It was like all she ever wanted was me, right? Like she never wanted anything. She never asked me, baby, give me this diamond ring or get me this purse she never asked me for anything. If we're honest, like only thing she always wanted was a house. That was it. That's the only thing she ever asked me for. Babe, I want a house. Babe, I want a house. Now we got 3. Not to brag, but God is good, you know.
Yes.
But I think about even in that, all of what we missed out on, right? But I just got a word in saying that. We didn't miss out on anything. We're not late.
That's right.
We didn't lose nothing. Everything God has for us is going to be released to us. I go back to that word that was spoken over us in the altar. I have not seen, ear have not heard. The man of God spoke over us of we're going to have so much and we're going to get blessed so much that we're going to have to give it away. We're going to have to open up a window in our 3-story house to pour out. That was a word spoken over us when we went to the altar to get prayer not too long ago. So we're not late. I'm not even giving the enemy any glory. I'm not even speaking that.
Right.
Everything God has for us, guess what? We shall receive, right? So I'm grateful for that. But sometimes I think about like, man, what it would have been had we been in this place in this one accord, I don't know, 6 years. But it couldn't have been because we had to go through that in order to get here.
Right.
Because without that, how could we help people?
I was going to say, without a test, you don't have a testimony. So
yeah, and we wouldn't be able to deal. And like y'all, like I mean this. Like she said, send in your prayer requests, send in your questions because there's so many things we went through that we may even forgot about, but it may help you. And you asking a question might trigger the help for you and trigger for something else, right? So I hope I answered the question. Did I answer that question? Mm-hmm. Like, no, that wasn't a trigger, the jealousy or nothing like that. It's just like, no matter what I did, right? No matter what relationship I ended up in, I always ended up talking to my therapist about her. And something about I'm missing her, or why can't I shake this, or why can't I do this? And she said, maybe that chapter is not closed yet. And I'm like, but it's closed. She was like, maybe it's not. I don't know. She said, you got to do some soul searching to figure out if it's closed. And it wasn't, even though I thought it wasn't, and I think about often, why did I have to go out there and get my butt whooped, and riotous living and get my heart broken and break hearts and do all of the things, but it was for the glory of God. It was so we could help people. And it was also a spiritual attack because the enemy, like, when don't y'all realize this? God hates divorce. Guess what the enemy hates? The enemy hates marriage.
Yeah.
Because two coming together, guess what? They can stand back to back and conquer the enemy.
Come on.
He hates that. He don't like that. So you think, listen, and I also wrote this down too, so some stuff God just be dropping in my spirit. Listen, some people may be signing up for marriage and thinking marriage is a license for divorce. Guess what you signing up for? Guess what? You signing up for war. You signing a contract to have warfare. You get drafted into the army when you get married. Because you sign that covenant, guess what? It is you and your spouse against the enemy. Right? It's you and your spouse against the enemy. So you think you getting in this for sex? You think you getting in it for love? No. You have declared war on the enemy because you have made a covenant with your spouse and with the Father. And that is the only thing that can combat him. You and your spouse standing back to back and conquering the enemy. But it says one can stand alone and be defeated. You could be defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Right?
Oh.
So I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, I think what you said, like, that it created urgency. It wasn't like a jealousy or it didn't trigger that. It was like, hey, I got to step up my game. I might be losing out on this. The one thing that I know that is supposed to be mine. I feel like that's what the conclusion was.
I'm so glad you're mine.
I'm glad you're mine too, boo. Boo bear.
Listen, if you would like for us to come to your church, share our testimony, or come to your next event, do a workshop on our 7 steps to becoming one, we would love to. We would love to share how we went from teenage parents to married to divorced and then happily married to each other again. Sweetheart, tell them how they can get in contact with us.
Yes, reach out to us through email. It's admin@kellyandnatasha.com. That's ADMINKELLY and NATASHA.com.
Yep, and you can also go to the website.
Oh yeah, the website is kellyandnatasha.com.
Yep.
Simple.
We would love to help your congregation. We would love to help and be a blessing to your event. So just go now. Go check us out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. You glad I'm here?
Yes, I'm glad.
We talked about this on the live, but I want to talk about it here on the podcast because some people may not even see our live. But we talked about when you got the word from the Lord to that it was a yes for you to get back into marriage with me. And I asked the question because you were excited. And the question was, were you excited that he said yes, that you get to marry me? Right? Talk about that. Let's unpack that.
I was excited that he did tell me yes, that I could marry you. But the excitement was for me that I heard from God. Like, I had truly been seeking a word and it did not come to me. And I'm like, God, are you going to speak to me like you speak to them? Like, talk to me. And like, when I got that word, that was the most exciting thing. Like, he sit down with me at church on that pew and was like, hey, that's you. That's your go. That's your green light. Like, I'm telling you, this is where you need to be. Because I kept praying. I was like, God, is he the one? Like, I've been through this before. Has he changed? Is he going to treat me right? And God told me, yes, my son has changed. He is seeking me. So, like, when I got that, it was exciting that I heard from God. But it was exciting that he, said that you was the one. But, like I said, first is I heard from God.
That you heard from him. How would you encourage someone that's in that position? How would you encourage them to hold on? like and wait. You know.
Seek ye the kingdom of God. You have to seek God, see Him.
Are you uncomfortable?
I
feel
just
you're away
like
from me.
leaning on the thing.
Okay.
I just say seek God and pray, like pray and fast. Like you got to know the true answer before you step into that. Like I believe God has to tell you that this is what He wants for you because, like, well, I guess I was in it before, but it's just being the same one. But I feel like He needs to tell you, like, you have the green light. This is Him. This is for you. I have chose Him for you. Don't you choose Him.
That's good.
God will choose Him for you.
That's good. I mean, yeah, I was wondering what was wrong. Like, what is wrong with her? Like, don't she see me? Don't she see my fruit? Don't she see my heart? And guess what? It wasn't until I stopped hammering her and I started praying and talking to the Father, Lord, show her my heart. Show her my heart that it's changed for you. Show her how much I love her. Show her how much I adore her. Show her how much the way that I look at her has changed. Show her that I understand the covenant, that I'm reading your word. Like every time that I wanted to reach out to her, guess what? I prayed to the Father. Every time I wanted to pressure her or send her a message telling her how much I adore her, guess what?
After I told Him to stop
I
because
told
I
the
couldn't
Lord.
take it no more.
Yeah. After she told me to stop, and I heard the Lord, I start talking to Him, and guess what? He don't ever get tired of you talking to Him.
No.
Like you can talk to Him 24/7, and I was wearing Him out because I wanted my wife back. I wanted my family. I wanted my life. I wanted my favor. I knew all of the things because I had searched the word. I knew the favor that came with being in covenant with my wife. And she'll tell you, I'm so driven and I'm so focused. I don't talk about entrepreneurship and stuff like this on this podcast, but when I want something or I want to do something, oh, it is blinders. And so when it came to her and I wanted her, oh, nothing was going to stop me. But guess what? I couldn't use carnal weapons. I had to use my spiritual weapons. So that may be a word for somebody right there. You may be fighting right now, but are you using your spiritual weapons or are you fighting in your flesh? Are you using natural weapons? Because you won't win fighting in the natural.
No.
You have to use your spiritual weapon, because the word says this: the weapon of this warfare is not carnal, but they are spiritual and mighty through pulling down strongholds. So you have to fight in the spirit for whatever it is that you want. It's only going to be done in the spirit. It is not going to be done in your flesh, because there's nothing I was doing. Like the more I pulled at you, how did you feel?
Oh, and anxiety all the time. Like, oh, I would see his name come up on my phone, and I'm like, oh, I'd be at work, be like, decline. Like,
Yeah.
it was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, but aren't you glad you picked up that phone now, yeah?
I am glad I picked up the phone.
Me too.
No, I'm glad I heard from God. It's not about picking up the phone.
That's the better way of putting it. Aren't you glad that you heard from God? And I'm glad too. But by the time she heard from God, I already had peace. I already bought the ring. I already knew. I was like, this is my wife. And I told her that when I was pursuing her. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But I told you that. I was like, you're my wife. You've always been my wife. You never stopped being my wife. So whenever you hear from God, I'll be ready. But two, I want to share this too. This is important, and then we can wrap this up. I was such in a place with God and trusted Him. I knew what I wanted. I knew she was my wife. But I trusted Him so much that if it took some time, right, I had made peace with it taking more time. And if she even told me no, I was committed to Him. So it wasn't like, okay, she told me no, okay, now I'm back out here. No, I was going to continue my focus and my consecration on Him until He said, okay, this is your wife or whatever. But once my eyes opened and realized that this was my wife, I didn't want anybody else. I didn't want anything else. Like nothing else, you know, was even desirable to me. Right? I only wanted you. That's all I wanted, Yankee.
Stop.
What? We
Stop.
married.
We are, but we're still on.
It don't matter.
Stop. They don't want to see that.
They know we married. They want to see.
They know we married.
Y'all need to see, right? Y'all, folks
Y'all
are in
don't wanna
love
see
no
that.
more. Like, I'm in love with you. I don't just love you. I'm in love with you.
too.
I'm happy with you.
Oh my gosh, why is he sitting here looking at me like this? Stop.
What?
Let's continue, or let's end it, okay?
Let's
close it
What
out.
are we doing?
Let's close it out.
What we gonna do after
Hey,
this?
if you have any prayer requests, I need you to send them in.
I need you to pray for
if
me.
you have any questions,
I need
please
you to
put
pray
them
for me.
down. I'm gonna pray for you, all
I need
right?
you to come in here and lay hands
Stop.
on me. I need you to come in here and minister to
Stop.
the man of God.
Talk to the people. Let's let them
I'm
go.
talking to my wife.
Let's let them go.
No.
Tell them the website
Come
where
in
they
here.
could.
Okay, come in here and minister to the man of God.
So
Okay, listen, all jokes aside, go to the website, kellyandnatasha.com. The link is below in the description box. Make sure you get the book. If you don't got the book, man, listen, what is going on?
right? Why you ain't copped that yet?
Go ahead and get the book.
Go get that.
Also, if you want us to come to your church, your ministry, your workshop, your conference, talk about relationship, marriage, all of that, we are available. You want us on your platform, so you want us on your podcast. And do us a huge favor. Like, we talk about this, in the closing clip, but we want to ask you, right? Please share this podcast,
Yes.
right? Please, if you're watching and you're not subscribing, please subscribe, because that helps us get to the point where we can monetize the platform, okay? So if you could do those two things for us, share it, like, subscribe, comment. Just do those few things for me. At minimum, just subscribe for us. All right, anything you got, babe? You ready to minister to the men of God? Okay, wait, I didn't mean to mess you up. Go ahead. Anything you get?
I just want to say I love you guys. If nobody's told you today, I love you. But more important,
Yeah.
God loves you.
Yeah, and you said it too. I don't know if you said it this episode, but
What?
yeah, send in your prayer requests.
Yes.
Send in your questions, send in your comments. You can DM them. You can email us, admin@kellyandnatasha.com. However you want to get us the questions. As you can see, we do answer our questions on the pod. I don't just like rambling in our story, but we do. We'll continue to do it. We'll continue to share our story. But the more you guys give us feedback, the more you guys ask us questions, the more we'll be able to help and to serve you. With that being said, any words?
No, I'm good.
Love on your spouse. Love on your spouse. Speak
Yeah.
their love language. Whatever it is. Love on your spouse. That is the commission that we're giving you. So we're praying for you. We love you. And we out.
Hey guys, just wanted to come to you thanking you for checking out the Finally One podcast.
Listen, this is what we need you to do. We need to grow our following. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube. Make sure you're sharing these episodes. You don't know what couple that they may help. So subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You don't know who you're going to help. And make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Yes, guys, share. Help us.
Yep, and you don't know who you're going to help. So it's not about us. It's about helping couples,
yeah,
right?
share, yeah.
So share, like, subscribe. Help us get our following up.